Futures and options on futures trading involve substantial risk and is not a suitable investment for all types of investors. Past results are not necessarily indicative of future results. When I use the word I in this video, it refers to what I teach in my charting course or what I author in my twice daily oral and written updates. Prices shown on charts and quote boards are in real time and take into account all known activity up to this point in time. And if you'd like to read more of this disclaimer, simply hit the pause key on your video player. Good morning. Ira Epstein of Linn Associates with your morning flash update for this Monday, August 20th, 2018, about 9:25 a.m. Central Daylight Time. This is going to be a week of trade talks. You heard me, trade. And the reason is we've got NAFTA getting closer to getting done. The U.S. apparently gave up on the idea of seasonal imports limiting when they get a surge from Mexico coming to the U.S. We have talks going on starting literally today about the next $200 billion of sanctions going on Chinese goods, while at the same time on Wednesday the Chinese delegation comes into the States, meets with our trade delegation, and they see if they can lay the groundwork for a November meeting between President Xi and President Trump. The problem is, here we are getting everything else done. What is going on behind the scenes that they want to put these two high-level people together? They're not going to meet to accomplish nothing, so there's something there. You're seeing the dollar stable. Most currencies just sort of flat in the water today. The Dow, of course, and the S&P are the powerhouses, but you've got the weakness in the NASDAQ early on, the Russell. Obviously, Tesla's in the news again, down about 7–8% this morning. You're looking at the grain market, seeing selling pressure into the wheat. The corn market down 3 cents on the day. There's been buying all morning long in the U.S. instruments. That's safe haven buying for what I'm not quite certain. I haven't seen any news on Turkey this morning other than the Turkish president coming on and saying that without naming the U.S., it's an all-out war with the U.S. And of course, there were shots fired at our embassy today by a car passing by it, so I don't know what that means. On the energy sector, a bit of a bump. Now, if you look at the news of the day, as I just said, Mexico's National Agriculture Council said that U.S. farm interests and trade negotiators in the U.S. have dropped the contentious demand of seasonal imports coming on during the harvest there, and they're not going to limit those. U.S. Trade Representative said the next demand prop, the next $200 billion of talks for trade sanctions begin today, go for 4 days, then they're going to pick up again on the 27th for an additional 2. There's many, many U.S. interests here that don't want to see those $200 billion come on. As I said, low-level trade talks are scheduled for Wednesday with China. The Chilean mine union members agreed to a new collective agreement, which means no Chilean strike. The Shanghai Futures Exchange has seen their copper stocks fall by a whopping, they're right now 155,076 metric tons. That's half the volume they were in March, so that gives you half the supply there that you had then. And another vessel, this is the third one carrying soybeans, have unloaded in China. You'll do recall, I kept saying no matter what you hear and all the bluster that goes on, there's nowhere to get the beans but the U.S. And OPEC says that Saudi Arabia's oil exports went up a tad, 26 million barrels a day over the previous month. And Iran is again telling OPEC that with the Iranian sanctions about to hit them, they will lose production, but they don't think other OPEC members, specifically Saudi Arabia, should be allowed to pick up that supply that they can't produce for the marketplace. Who knows what it's going to mean. When I put it all together, research is the key. And if you're interested in seeing the type of research we at the Linn Group put out, you should. Because be it the grain markets, the soft markets, the commodities, for the financial markets, we write all weekend long on this. And by Sunday night before the markets open, you've really got a lot of info. Then, during the day, all our news stories. And you pick the categories you want. Take a look at it. If you haven't tried it before, give us a call. Go to our website at www.iraepstein.com. You can click up here at any point as well if you're watching me on YouTube, and that'll help you with that. I'm Ira Epstein. You have yourselves a great day, and I will see you all this afternoon with our end of the day videos.